Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith, and today we're going to be unboxing Rising Sun by Eric M. Lang. The art is by Adrian Smith, a very well-known artist, and has worked with CMON on many projects and continues to. Again, this comes from CMON as well as Guillotine Games. This one is not a solo game, so I know that's going to throw some people sideways a little bit, but I was really excited to get my Kickstarter copy of this game, and I never did an unboxing. I've had it on my shelf for like a month or something, or a few weeks, and I haven't cracked it yet, and I feel like a terrible person. Because this isn't solo, I'm not endorsing that you pick this up if you like solo games. You will not be able to play this solo, and I would love to see the individual that's able to create a solo game out of this in some type of unofficial variant, because it is extremely complex and there's just way too much going on, not in terms of it being complex, but just in terms of trying to automate what the AI character would end up doing on its turn. I think would take a lot of work. So if you're eyeing this for solo play, run as far as the hills. This is definitely a game where you need to have additional people around the table to play. But it's a beautiful game, and it looks amazing on the table from the pictures that I've seen, and so I wanted to share my unboxing with you. The reason it's even being put on the channel is because on Monday nights I host a game night where I have some friends come over, we play games, and this is going to be one of the ones we play. So this will also give some people that want to see something with some multiplayer in it a little bit of that as well. So, but this is not going to be the norm on the channel. The channel's always about solo play, so this is kind of an exception to the rule because I am just excited and I would like to show you guys kind of what's inside the box. So this is the Kickstarter edition, so there might be some things inside of this that are not in the retail version, but I'm going to have a really hard time differentiating them besides the obvious stuff that's not in this box that came separately. So without further ado, let's crack into this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip it over on its side so you guys can see the artwork all around. It's a really cool looking game. It's definitely going to pop off the shelf easily. It's going to be easily noticeable. I've already I brought it into the house and it was like immediately my wife was like, "What was that? What is that?" So she knew instantly that this was something new. This one here, what I'm going to do is actually flip over to the back so you can see the back. Hopefully this won't destroy all the contents in it, but it's a really nice looking game. So as you can see here, you've got the player board, you've got your kind of player cue cards essentially that you're bending up, and you're using those to basically make your decisions on your actions. You got your miniatures, the bases that everyone's familiar with from CMON games are there. The really cool thing is all the miniatures are color coded, so when you're playing with multiple people, you have you know, the ability to easily differentiate which miniatures are yours. The monsters you pick up and acquire as the game goes along, so they're in standard gray. Everything else about the game is worth just checking out as we unbox it. So first thing I'm going to do is read the description on the back really quick. So if you want to skip past that a few seconds, go right ahead, but I'm just going to read it so people get some context as to what this game's about. So it's set in a legendary feudal Japan. Rising Sun places players in control of the great clans gathered by the mighty kami to reshape the lands and return them to their honorable spiritual traditions. Each clan will use their unique abilities to spread their forces across the provinces, build their strongholds, harvest the land to reap its rewards, and wage war against each other. At the seasons change from spring to summer and to autumn, players may upgrade their clans with strategic enhancements, bountiful virtues, and even powerful monsters out of the legend to aid their cause. The clans would also be wise to give worship to the gods as each kami, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's K-A-M-I, so someone can let me know if I'm butchering that, may also be wise to give worship to the gods as each of them may grant them powerful abilities. However, diplomacy can be an even more powerful tool as the clans forge alliances for mutual benefit and negotiate their way towards victory. This is one of the coolest portions of the game, is the alliances that can be built using these little symbols right here, that are really, really cool. Where was I here? This is... I lost myself. In this political arena, honor is more valuable than gold, although betrayal can turn the tides of war. Battles are won not just by sheer force, but by strategy and cunning. Choose your path wisely and your allies carefully. When the winter snow covers the land, will you be the one chosen to rule the land of the rising sun? So what I was trying to actually mention during this reading right here was yin and yang. So the yin yang are basically both sides of the equation that form the alliance. So these particular little pieces right here are one half, and they link together to show that two different clans have then joined into an alliance, and that's really cool. And also there's a lot of diplomacy in the game in terms of negotiation, in terms of trying to determine whether you want to ally with somebody for a benefit, or if it's better suited to you to actually become disloyal by breaking this particular agreement between two sides. So regardless, this game has a lot going on. The real purpose of this video is to crack it open, not to explain it necessarily, because I haven't played it. I've watched tons of videos on it though, but we're going to crack into it and find out exactly what you can expect in Rising Sun. So let's do this without trying to destroy the wonderful box, which is super nice. So here we go. We're going to take this off and see what's inside. I've been dying to rip into this thing for a long time. It's been staring at me on the shelf for quite a bit, and I don't know, I've just been waiting to dig into this thing. I don't know. There's so much stuff. There's so much content with this one because I got this one through Kickstarter, so it's a beast. All right, so there you go. There is the box without anything on it whatsoever. Very, very nice. So let's go ahead and take off the top of the box and see what's inside. I love the artwork. I'm going to probably say that 1,000 times. But it's so cool. So I'm just going to slip this in behind it like so. All right, so first up, we're going to get the rule book. So the rule book is like many other rule books, except it's got glorious artwork on the front. It's a CMON rule book, so it's very colorful typically. So there's your introduction page. There's your game components page. These are called clan screens. I think I called them something else that was kind of silly earlier. It does a really good job of labeling out everything that you should get within the game. There's your basic concepts, the game board, and how, what's going on. Because first of all, I want to let you guys know the game board comes in obviously cardboard form within this game right here, probably at the very bottom. But I went ahead and got the play mat, which is the exclusive Kickstarter play mat, which is like 20 or 30% bigger, and it's just way, way nicer. These are the clan screens. So anyway, the rulebook looks like it does a decent job of laying things out. The text is relatively easy to read. It's spaced out nicely. There's lots of color in this particular one. There's your yin and yang in terms of connections when you ally, so that's pretty cool. Happens during the tea party, apparently. So this whole thing has some nice artwork throughout, all the way to the back. The gigantic dragon. These are the different clans that come in this particular game, and there's 26 pages or so. And then you've got a nice rule summary in the back, which is always handy to have next to you while you're playing. Next up, you've got a whole box of goodies. So where to start? You tell me. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff here. So I guess the first thing we'll do is these are likely the tokens that are going to represent your actual marker on the score track would be my guess, but there's two of them, so there could be another use, but each clan's going to get two, so there's one for each clan. They're all colored. They look really nice. They're kind of in a pastel kind of color, so they stick out really nice. I like them. So it doesn't look like any are missing. I've got two of every single one here, so that's good. It's a good start to the unboxing. I don't have anything missing. Next up, we've got a bunch of cards. So let's cut into this and see exactly what this is all about. Now, most of this is going to be probably just words on the cards. I'm going to have to likely sleeve these as well to keep them in decent shape. So we've got a whole bunch, and these are going to be all different things that have different abilities on the bottom. Like for each of your figures that is killed, you gain that symbol. I don't know what that is. You also have coins up here. Maybe it's the cost. That's going to be the fun part, is learning all this. So there's cards to bring up monsters. There's cards to do all kinds of things in the game. So I'm not going to bother trying to explain it because this is my first time cracking into it. But I'll just show you guys some of the artwork. It stays very true to the theme, 100%. That vibe is apparent throughout the entire experience. All the way down to the miniatures as well. It look really, really nice. So there's just tons and tons of cards. All unique artwork. It looks like there's a couple that are doubles and stuff like that, but other than that, it's really nice. Very cool. I'm looking forward to sleeving those to keep them in good shape. Right here we've got a box of... this could be one of the clans, I guess. I think the green clan is the turtle clan. That could be a miss on my part. I don't know. I probably shouldn't try to guess because I'll probably tell you the wrong thing, but I've already told you that this is the first time I'm opening this up, so and it's obvious the wrap's still on it, so probably shouldn't know too much about what I'm talking about just yet. Alright, how many pieces of tape did they put on this thing? 4, it looks like. Yikes, it's a lot. Okay, well, that wasn't the cleanest cut ever, so let's turn this around. Sorry guys, I'm showing you on screen how not to open up the box for the first time. All right, there we go. Got it. Okay, so underneath the protective plastic, you've got some miniatures, and the base just fell off this one. So let me just grab this and put it back on. So that's really cool. They do come with the bases on them. I'll give you a nice close-up of him. Very cool. There's a guy on top of him. Detail-wise, extremely nice, as you can see. Pretty awesome. There's 3 of those guys, and there's one guy here. I don't know if this is like... Don't know the differences of them. I'm not going to be able to tell you whether or not there's any... I don't even know the names of them yet, but just showing you for the sake of showing you what they look like. Here is 2 other from this particular clan. Very cool. So each clan has a unique look and feel, of course. So think Blood Rage in terms of the clan and stuff like this, in terms of what you can expect overall in terms of look and feel. Your clan is going to be unique to you, and of course the monsters, well, they're just unique in general. Okay, we got some massive boxes in here. I'm not sure which one to go through first. Let's try this one. So this one is a decent sized box. This is probably where the monsters are hiding, so this could be really fun to show you guys that. Yeah, it looks like they are. Oh my goodness, these things are huge. Holy, this is massive. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what we've got here is, that's incredible. So look at the detail on these things. They're huge. Like, but look, I don't know if you guys can see the palm of my hand here, but those are big, big miniatures. Let me try to put these back in the box. I'll pull one up one at a time because I don't think you truly can see how absolutely gargantuan these things are unless they're in my hand. But that is crazy. Like, that is so nice. If anyone is looking to paint, this is going to keep you busy for a while, and man, would this be fun to paint. I'm scared to even put these back in because I don't think I'd ever remember how to get them out, but each one of these are just amazing looking. Like, the detail on them is, look at that, all the way, wow. Absolutely incredible. Well done, guys. You guys killed it. This is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It's like a stack of, I don't know which god this is or which monster this is, but this is the one that's like a bunch of bodies all on top of each other in a gigantic tower, which is super creepy. The dragon is by far one of the most notable, monsters in the game. It even has kind of like a giant ball in the center of it. Look at these spikes on all sides of this thing. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is gorgeous. Like, I don't even know how to... blows my mind, the quality on this thing. Crazy. If you bought this to paint... I mean, obviously people buy the game for the gameplay, but... Simon, you are killing it with the quality of the miniatures. Like, I don't think I've seen something like this. It's just everything without it even being painted just pops. And it looks so aggressive. I guess it's just the theme and stuff like this, but... Wow, that is super nice. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. Just crazy. So that essentially is all of them. I'm just going to pull one last guy. This guy's cool. Oh my goodness. He's got guys... That's pretty aggressive. He's got literally humans beheaded hanging on a stick. So that's a pretty aggressive monster. But that's... Wow. I don't know what to say. I did not expect him to be that big. These right here are plastic coins that come in the game as well, so it's nice that they actually do have a good look and feel. I actually did go ahead and purchase the metal versions of this, so I'll show you that now so you can see the difference. Essentially, this is what the plastic ones look and feel like in your hand. I'll grab like 3 of them so you can see real close up. They sound good too. Like, they, even as plastic coins, they're good enough, and they've got they've got nice engravings on them and things like that, so they're super nice. But then on top of that, if you go ahead and you open up a pack of the... If I can actually get into this, let's see if I can. Try to do this without ruining the seal here. My hope is that I can reuse this packaging for the metal coins. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just digging into this one right here. There we go. Got it. Okay, and then here's an example of, oh yeah, these feel great. So here's an example of what the metal ones look like. Much nicer, obviously. So if you're willing to pay for the metal ones, they're substantially nicer. They still have the nice clacking sound. So a difference in sound obviously is going to be there, plastic versus metal. So you got this sound for the plastic, that sound for the metal. Still look great though. I mean, even if you're just with the plastic ones, they're pretty good. So there's no complaints there. But the metal ones just up the ante that much more, make it look even nicer. Inside this box was literally just the monsters, and then inside the box was also some absolutely humongous color bases, and these are going to be for the monsters. So as you acquire monsters into your clan, you're going to go ahead and put your colored base on the bottom to show that. And of course, if you paint it, go crazy with whatever you want to put on them, because at the end of the day, they're yours, and you can make them look however you want, and that's kind of part of the fun. Wow, that is mind-blowing. I'm really, really, really impressed by what I just saw in that box. I don't even know what to say. That is super nice. They did a fantastic job on that. So just bear with me a second here while I throw a couple things back where they belong in this box. Oops. It's not open. Okay, what I'll do is I'll leave that off to the side and we'll deal with that later. So I'm not taking up any more of your time. We've got this box here, so let's find, this is probably going to be more miniatures for the different clans, would be my guess. Yes. So we've got the Rising Sun box number 2. If we pull these out, there you go. So these are going to be the other 4 clans worth of miniatures. So I'm not going to pull these ones all out one by one, but I will pan across the screen to show you what they look like. So there you go. There's the blue one. Again, I don't know the clan name off the top of my head. I do know the Turtle Clan. Looks like a couple of them fell out of position here in travel. Could have been from me being overly aggressive, but all the swords and everything, they all look perfectly straight. Nothing looks bent. So that's great news. Everything is here. On the bottom here we have a different clan that has a totally different look and feel. Again, they have the color bases on the ones that need them. Underneath of this, you've got a whole other set that's colored. So you've got this one right here. Those guys look awesome. Wow. I really like the pink one, actually. The pink, they look really cool. I'm a fan. I'm actually liking this design up here more than any of them so far, but there's still more to come. These guys are pretty cool too. So again, it might not be able to pick up the detail as well on this because, well, first of all, these are really bright, so my camera may not be able to pick up the color. But I like the fact that they actually started tinting the miniatures, like back in the days of Zombicide Season 1, where you just get a gigantic pile of miniatures and you don't know what's what when they're all on the table together. It's nice to not have to be able to paint anything and just, you automatically get this to the table and know exactly, you know, who's on which side. And you don't even need colored bases in some cases for these, which is really nice. So I'm just going to do a quick check at the back of the box to make sure that I'm not, yes, everything is fine there. That's good. So all those go back into this particular box, and then we go to the lower portion of this box. It looks like everything's zipped together in one giant piece of plastic, so everything's kind of sealed, so it keeps it in good shape, including the game board itself. So what I'm going to do now is remove the game board out of the area here. I'll put this down. I'm going to take my knife, and I'm going to cut into this as carefully as humanly possible, because this is going to have a whole bunch of cardboard inside of it. So this is going to be for the game board as well as some of the tokens. Now again, because I got the Kickstarter copy, this is going to help you guys understand what you're going to get in retail more so than anything else. In my Kickstarter copy, some of this stuff won't be cardboard. It goes to like plastic and becomes much more, much nicer. But at the same time, the cardboard version of this stuff is still just as cool looking. So you're not missing out really on any gameplay mechanics there, that's for sure. And that's probably the key. So I'm going to tear into this, doing my best to not make any big mistakes and ruin anything. Okay, so let's slip these clan sheets out so we can keep them safe. So you got one for each clan. I guess now at this point we can actually learn what they're all called. There's the Turtle Clan, so that's the only one I got or knew off the top of my head. Here we go. So I may not even need to punch this board out because this board actually has a lot of the things that I think I actually have plastic tokens for. So I'll probably leave this board as is, but basically you've got some war advantages, references, betrayal cards. Up here we've got harvest, recruit. These are things you're going to choose as actions to do on your turn. And then if you flip them over, of course, the artwork is different on the back of them as well for each of them, and they correspond. These ones correspond to different areas on the map. So that's that. I'll flip that over and put it over here. Some of these I'm going to have to punch out because they have to do with monsters, I guess, so I'm not too sure. We got some of these. I think there's plastic flags to represent these in the Kickstarter edition, but again, colored monster cardboard punch outs for each of those, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to flip this over, and that's kind of what the back looks like for this entire board. Very cool. So again, really colorful. Like again, one of the things that attracted me to this game so much was just how well it's presented, but it's also exciting hearing that people are saying the gameplay is fantastic. There is your yin and yang in terms of each of the different clans, and you're going to actually be putting them together when you agree to kind of have a truce with one another. These are strongholds, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. These could be strongholds too. I could be wrong. Actually, these are all strongholds. These ones here. Turtle Clan, that's what it is. The Turtle Clan has a moving stronghold. All these other ones use regular strongholds, so red, pink, yellow, and blue. But Turtle has a moving stronghold, which is unique. And every single clan in this game has a unique ability that's almost game-breaking, is what I've heard. So essentially, it's really overpowered. But then you use that to your advantage when you're strategizing. And then you've got these other tokens up the side, which I have no idea what they are. And these guys are just additional men, I believe, that can help you during combat and in terms of ownership in the land, if I'm not mistaken. Then you've got the game board. So the only way the game board is going to fit is if we make some space. But first, we'll take a quick look at each of the clans. So we've got the Turtle Clan. So again, this sheet is going to sit, this side would be facing towards your opponents. It just tells them who they are. And on the inside, it gives you insider information on your clan. So this is your starting rank, your home province. It's going to show you that it's got the shell, the eternal. It's going to give you an idea on what your abilities are and stuff like this and how this works for the Turtle Clan. It's going to show you how much income you get seasonally, end of game bonuses. And they're going to be different for every clan. So you're going to take the Lotus Clan now. And this one, if you're the Lotus, is going to have a totally different setup. You're getting more income in this particular clan. You have a different, in-game bonuses are the same. This area here is totally different because it's a Dictate the Flow, which is a special ability, I guess, for this clan. Your starting rank in this clan is 3 instead of 4, like the Turtle, and a totally different area to begin in. And it continues on just like this. The Koi clan, there is the front, there is the back. Same exact mindset, everything unique. Sometimes there's some things that match, but in most cases, the only thing that's not going to match for sure is, and it's really cool that it has the Sacred Bounty on the front, and then also references it on the front, so that other people can know what your secret ability is, and they can try to maybe, try to avoid giving you that. The Dragonfly clan, pretty cool. So I think my favorite clan so far, based on what I saw, was the pink one. If I'm not mistaken, I think, yeah, I really like the artwork in the pink one. It just looks cool, the Lotus Clan. But those are the 5 different clans in the game, and there's more with the Kickstarter stuff in the expansion, but we'll talk about those later. This is what comes in the regular edition, or the regular retail box, I guess. All right, and just like that, we've got the game board all laid out. So let's just take a closer look. So we've got, it's a very big board. So as you can see, way up in the top, you got a tracking area over there. Of course, you got the score tracker, which is going to hug the sides of this particular game. It's going to go along this way and all the way along 10, 15, 20, all the way to the opposite side, and then it's going to go up and all the way. So again, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that I can't speak to because I'm not familiar enough with the game to know exactly what's going on. But I can tell you one thing, and that is the game is absolutely beautiful. This board is extremely nice. The really cool thing is this is just the cardboard regular board, and it looks amazing. I can tell you right now from experience, I unveiled or unrolled the neoprene mat, and it blew my mind. It's like 30% bigger than this, 20% bigger than this. The colors are even better. It just looks awesome, and it's in bigger. Sometimes is bigger, better in these types of games where you're playing like an area control style game. So it just gets you more into the experience. Also, it gives you more space or real estate in each area to move your miniatures in, because some of these miniatures are huge. You're going to take up good chunks of the space. But anyway, that essentially wraps up the full unboxing of Rising Sun. This is again from the Kickstarter, so there could be some components inside of this that you saw that aren't going to be in the retail version, but I believe that box is safe. I think everything you saw in this video, except for those metal coins, were definitely part of the retail edition. That's what you would get if you went and bought it in the store today. But as we go forward into the future unboxings here for Rising Sun, I'm going to show you some of the exclusive stuff that came out, as well as some things you can still pick up, like the Dynasty Invasion expansion, which adds more clans and things like that. But there's a couple things that are specific to the Kickstarter. So hopefully this helps you take a look at Rising Sun, see what it's all about. It might be something interesting for your gaming group if you happen to do that from time to time like I do. Again, the channel is solely based in solo gaming, but I thought this would be just a unique experience to show you guys a game that I truly believe is a beautiful one. So this is more of me showing you a game that I think is just truly gorgeous from top to bottom. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. As always, keep on rolling solo.